one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt-rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt-rebound.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
If you are here in southeastern Wisconsin, it is wild times out there. It is wildfire times out there is what it is. I was not prepared to leave my house this morning and feel like I was walking out of Flannery's circa 2001.
So I just in time for the heat to break yesterday. All right, now it's no longer 95 degrees. Can I interest you in wildfire smoke?
Can I interest you in a Marlboro? Because that's what it feels like. It's strong. I was not prepared. I woke up this morning and I was like, wow, it was coming through, right? You know, we all have HVAC systems, and you pull air from the outside, and it cools the air, and so anyway, my purifier, I got one sitting next to the bed, helps me sleep.
Wasn't working.
Chew overtime.
Oh, I know. I was up at 4:30. That's about when I get up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where's the sun? I'm like, I didn't know it was going to be cloudy today. And then I woke up and I went, fog? How can it be foggy when it's 90? And then opened the door and went, okay.
It's intense. So just be careful out there, folks. Don't spend prolonged amounts of time outside. That's at least what the experts are saying. Normally, I'd be like, experts, but today I think I might.
Well, I mean, it depends. You want to feel like you just smoked 5 packs of
I was going to
cigarettes?
say, you think the smokers mind it? Are they like, this is wonderful. This is going to be a cheap day for me.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Just suck in some air and
save some money.
Save my $9 pack of cigarette allowance for the day.
What if you quit smoking at one point and you were like, you're a former smoker?
Yeah, you're probably going to start up now.
Does this set you back?
I would think.
You know, this would be like if you were an alcoholic and you stopped drinking and someone just started pouring booze down your throat. Like,
well, you're going to find out when this is all gone. There's nothing worse than having a fire in the fire pit and the wind being right with the screens open at the lake, and it's just like, that's what it smells like.
pouring in. Yeah.
Yeah.
It smells like a bonfire. Absolutely. So be careful out there, folks. They are advising, again, to limit your time outdoors with how thick the wildfire smoke is here in southeastern Wisconsin. And I can only imagine that as you go north, it's worse. I get
yeah.
My parents were supposed to go to Mackinac Island up there in the UP yesterday. Canceled it. They were up there, and my mom sent me a picture. It was, you couldn't see. Couldn't see
It'd
anything.
be better if it was like an applewood or a mesquite or something like that. At least it'd smell like a barbecue. This is just straight pine, Joshy, I think.
Hey,
well, it's pine. It's also other things that are ground brush. It's not just, it's a wildfire. It burns everything in its path.
Yes.
It's probably some stuff we shouldn't be breathing like a lot. It's more than just wood and bushes and things of that nature.
Gabe, can you look at you?
Yeah.
What's happening there?
It's got a little fuzz there.
Where?
On your chin.
It's very hair of my chinny chin chin. Keep
It
going.
looks like a feather from his pillow.
Is that it? Did he get it, or is it still hanging there?
He got it.
No, you know what it was? I was cleaning the house yesterday.
It's dust. It's a dust.
It is.
Like a dust bunny?
Yeah. You know what the biggest waste is? The dumbest thing?
What is that?
Hot tubs in the master bathroom. The dumbest. That is the dumbest. And let me tell you another dumbest. Sunroofs on cars are the second dumbest thing you can have. You have one?
Yeah.
I
You
do.
ever use it?
I do.
No, you don't.
Occasionally.
No, you
Not
don't.
during the
You
summer, though, because you don't want the
don't.
sun, like, cooking
Save
you.
the $1,200 and don't get a sunroof.
Really? I
Yeah.
like the sunroof.
Just
Sort
sort
of
of comes
anti.
with cars.
But also, I think the jacuzzi thing was a thing that people wanted a few decades ago.
Yes.
And now we're getting to a point where they're a little passé, right? Like,
Well, you know what is so much better? The bathtubs, the ones over the top, the ones out of the ground. You know what I'm
like the
talking about?
standalones? Like,
Yes.
okay, yeah, those are very
No, those are
popular right
cool.
now.
Those
But
are cool.
again, I think that with interior design,
Yes.
almost everything you do dates your space.
Oh, 100%.
Right? Like you can walk
yeah,
into
I
a room
agree.
and go 1975, 1992, 20. We moved here 7 years ago, 8 years
Yeah.
ago, right? Did the whole gray and white thing. It absolutely looks like a house that was decorated in 2019.
They're still doing that.
All right, can I ask you another question?
No, it's all creamy now,
'Cause
Joshy. Cream.
Oh,
warm.
Look
it's been
at
a while
look at
since
some
I had
houses
a
still.
kid. You know how they always talk, well, you have to have at least one bathtub in the house.
Sure.
Do you still bathe your kids in a bathtub or no?
Well,
Children?
Not
Yeah.
now. My kids take showers.
No, but I'm saying like today, it just seems like there's a better way to clean kids than making sure you have a bathtub in the house.
From my understanding, when my friends, and they still have one that probably needs to be bathed and cannot shower themselves. Bathtub.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I guess I'm wrong. I was a sink guy. I was a big sink guy.
Why? am I
I'm
not
shocked that your
surprised?
children fit in the sinks.
No, I'm talking my parents bathed us in the sink.
I'm surprised you fit in the sink.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're talking one of those big suckers, huh?
I don't know. It just seems like you can dry clean babies
talking
now or
about
something. I don't know.
Dry clean?
I don't know. Take
No.
the swabs and.
There were days where I would just like chuck them in the bath and just head
Really?
to toe. Like, you
All
know.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to have at least one tub in the house.
I think I don't think a tub is considered a luxury. Like, I don't think somebody
Yeah.
goes, whoa, a tub.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's pretty standard at this point, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
But they're a pain. Because if you have to shower in them, then you got to walk over and it's slippery.
Oh, for years,
sure.
we took that one step over the threshold
Yeah.
of the tub. How did we ever manage?
Yeah.
I still do that every day.
You do?
Yep.
You ever bust it?
Nope.
You're gonna. Because you got to worry about getting out because the tub is slippery.
Yeah.
In and out, Josh.
and then
How
getting-
have
yeah.
you been able to
You gotta be
navigate
very
this your
careful.
entire life?
Like I
don't-
fell down the stairs the other day.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Did you
When?
slip?
Forgot a step. Played it off great, though, because my son was right behind me.
Okay.
And I'm like, I always had the ability when I played and I was a compromising the position just to let my body go
Okay.
for the fear of blowing an ACL
Sure.
or anything like that. And I did the same thing because I did a nice roll and came out like
So this was at like the bottom of the steps? You missed
bottom
one?
of the steps, yeah. Played it
you-
off wonderfully.
Thought you were at the bottom and turns out you weren't?
What is
Yeah.
the point of playing it off if you're going to tell everyone on the radio?
Because I'm still an athlete,
Ah, sure.
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, he played it off. Buddy was able to kind of
Yeah.
roll his way out of it. And
Yeah.
It's
I was
like
proud of
you play it
myself.
off and then you go, did you see how I almost fell?
I did.
But I
said
did
that
it.
to
Yeah,
him. Like,
exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
proud
Oh.
that you caught yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reaction rolling in on the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always stream the show here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. In today's episode of Old Man Yells at Cloud, says one of our loyal listeners. Meanwhile, Ben says, no sunroof is a terrible take. Yeah, I feel like we breezed past that pretty quickly. But
Because we didn't need to address it further.
There's a reason here. We just haven't mined it out of him. He's got some specific, probably asinine.
You know what I
reason.
think it is?
we haven't mined it out of him.
Yeah.
You
All
know
right,
what-
let's get to excavating.
Uh-huh.
Let's
You know
go.
what I think it is?
You don't have to dig very deep.
This
Just
is what
ask
I think
a
it is.
question.
I think it's Florida, where it's so ungodly hot
Yeah.
that you know how you can ride with the thing open.
Mm-hmm.
You can't down there because
It's
it's
just so
like
hot.
it's so worthless to have. On.
Oh, so it's taunting you is what's happening.
Exactly, and convertibles are stupid in Florida too. Dumb.
Do you not pull the the shade over it?
Yeah, but then why have it?
Because then when it's nice out, you use it.
No, the ratio.
Your
way
problem
off.
is
the ratio is way
you
off.
Your problem is you see sunroof and you think I need this open in the summer, but you don't realize the climate you're in where you probably should be using it in fall and winter, and that seems to be your brain hasn't connected those dots.
Well, because, you should
Fair.
use it in winter where you
Fair.
live. But also, part of the life you have now chosen to live, you are constantly looking for the hottest weather you can be in.
Yeah, like this stuff doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And this isn't even close to Florida hot right now.
Sure.
But why do you think convertibles are stupid in Florida?
Because it rains every day.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it could pop
You know
up.
how many of my friends forget because the rain, the storms
Oh,
come
it
out of
pops
nowhere.
up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And then they
Dumb.
don't have it covered.
yeah. So then I laugh.
But isn't it just pushing a button? I mean, I had a little Volkswagen Bug convertible right out of college. Fantastic car, by the way. Just
I love those. Those are
zipping
awesome.
around.
Yeah.
Never had trouble finding
Sure.
a parking spot.
Let's go ahead
right?
and call it a fantastic
Just
car.
would pick it up and drop it in is what I would do. Anyway, it's just a button. Push the button.
I know, but you run into the grocery store for 15 minutes.
Push the button.
You can, but then you got to push it again.
Yeah, you know how long it takes? Maybe
It's-
40 seconds.
Jen, we've had this discussion with my cough button. Sometimes the itch isn't worth the squeeze, or what is it, Gabe?
The
Juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Or the itch.
The itch.
There's one with the itch.
You scratch an itch.
Oh, yeah. No. What's the itch one?
I
There's
am
an
not
itch.
familiar with any other itch one other than what Josh just said.
No, there's an
itching
itch
to do
one.
something.
Someone will tell us on how dumb I am on the text line, but there's an itch one. I'm telling you. The
scratches
scratch
the
isn't
itch?
worth the itch, or the itch isn't worth the scratch, or I don't know.
The Itchy and Scratchy show.
Yeah, who knows?
Fantastic. Ren and Stimpy next. This is great. Okay, so we were going to talk about the Brewers make a move yesterday. Gabe, what was the move that they made?
So they have added Lance McCullers to the roster, former postseason hero for the Houston Astros. He is going to be on the Major League roster. They also acquired a left-handed pitcher. We'll see if he eventually ends up way. Colton Gordon is his name. We'll see if he makes his way to the roster in exchange for Jaden Fielder.
And I just asked Gabe, because I saw it yesterday, I'm like, this sounds like a real risky move because the guy's been hurt a lot. But Gabe said if Fielder's last name was Jones, you wouldn't care one bit.
Yeah.
It's because it's Fielder.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's always been nice that the Brewers have had Prince's son, Jaden,
Yeah.
in the organization. But
he was an undrafted guy. There wasn't really much of a path for him in the Brewers organization to continue to advance.
So they gave up really nothing then.
Yeah, they gave up nothing. Yeah, they add him, and if he can't pitch and he's kind of been dinged up again this year,
no big deal.
You didn't really give up much.
Okay.
So, again, I think the theory is that the Brewers will once again push him through the pitching lab, try to find another pitch for him, and add him somewhere to this pitching staff. If you had to guess, Gabe, where will he be most valuable for the Brewers?
Starting. I mean, he has come out of the bullpen 3 times in his career. That's it. So he has been a starter his entire time. Maybe he ends up being a reliever. I don't know what the Brewers decide to do with him. They could do anything with him, and it wouldn't shock me at this point. But the smart money would be this guy ends up being a starting pitcher. Now, he hasn't been healthy really since the 2021 season, and his numbers reflect that. His numbers have been bad. He missed 2 years back-to-back, dealing with an elbow injury after surgery, had issues recovering from that surgery, and in the last 2 years has made 24 starts.
What's his current injury?
I think he's been dealing with like a back thing.
Okay.
But yeah, he could pitch during this next homestand. And I'd be willing to bet he pitches during the next homestand because they're home for 10 games. Or 9 games, excuse me.
All right.
But, I mean, they just need depth in pitching. Don't know when. I mean, they've got a feel for, that Harrison said he's not worried, but Harrison's got to miss some time. He's either going to be back at the end of this month or early in August. So you need guys that can eat some innings. And they're hoping that doing what they've done with guys like Aaron Savale, who, by the way, just got designated for assignment. Thank you for your service, Mr. Savale. That they can do something similar with him. Hey, this is a veteran pitcher. We can figure out how to just squeeze and maximize everything we possibly can out of this guy.
Who's their 3 right now?
Probably Logan Henderson.
Who's just coming back.
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess if I had to gauge my reaction to this news yesterday, it would be kind of like when you see the meme of the person just holding the little single flag going, yay. I'm not willing to be overly excited about Lance McCullers joining the Brewers because of the reasons that Gabe just articulated, which is he has been hurt, and we don't exactly know how he can benefit this Brewers team. Sounds like he waived his no-trade clause to come to the Brewers. Why wouldn't you? Apparently the Astros have been trying to dump him for a while now, and so if you can go to a contender, one of the top teams in the league, best records in the league, yeah, that seems like a good trade. But I can't get overly excited about this without knowing if he can be an impact player, and right now my gut is telling me no. Now,
the upside's high, though.
The one caveat I will say is the Brewers have a great track record of going out and getting guys that are on the garbage heap, the dumpster heap or whatever, and bringing them in and turning them into serviceable pitchers. So I guess that is the one thing where I'm going, well, let's just see how it goes. It's like I walked into an antique store and saw a vintage something, and I was like, I don't know if it's going to work, but it could be fun to try and fix it. So let me bring it home.
It feels like the linebacker they signed from the Giants that was a first-round pick last year, like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're all excited, like, he's got potential.
Yeah.
Because she may have.
Yeah.
No, it never panned out, but.
If he ends up making a playoff roster, obviously things went well, and then he brings something that the Brewers have very little of, especially in starting pitching. That's postseason experience. This dude has been a hoss for the Astros in the postseason before.
Okay.
So that's where the upside becomes high because that's something he can bring to the table that not a lot of these guys have. Now, if it doesn't work out, all it costs you is Jaden Fielder, and who cares?
But this isn't the move.
No. This is just a move.
Okay. As long as it's not the move, like, hey, look, we did something.
No, because they need
the trade deadline.
Jared Koenig didn't look good in his last outing. So maybe Gordon ends up being a lefty reliever that they can bring out of the bullpen. Who knows what he looks like? They did add him to the 40-man roster, so who knows what he could potentially look like. But they've got options now. You just need as many arms as you can possibly have, and maybe one or both these guys can end up contributing down the stretch.
McCullers is wrapping up a minor league rehab assignment. Apparently, he could be serviceable or could be,
activated.
Thank you. That's the word. As early as late July. He was scheduled to make his fourth rehab start this Friday. I think the Brewers are probably just going to evaluate and see if they still want to follow that path or not. But yes, I think we all are in agreement that the Brewers' rotation is shorthanded. It's just a matter of if this actually is a back-end contributor or if it's sort of a, okay, we need an innings eater here. Can you go out and give us 4? I don't know. We shall see. Chewy, you have always been the guy who says you believe in the Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
In Matt Arnold, we trust. So are you willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they wouldn't have brought this guy on if he couldn't be at least productive in some way?
I'm with Gabe. The upside's there. It doesn't cost anything, I mean, I don't think he's going to replace Woodruff, but if they can give him just a little bit somewhere down the line, and the experience is important,
And whether that experience is coming out of the bullpen or if they decide they just want to cobble starts together after, if they don't add anything else after after Miz and Harrison, then he could be a guy that, fills a role of, okay, he can go out there and give you 3 innings.
Yeah.
And you can pair him with, Shane Drowan. And those two can cover the first 6 or 7 innings of a game, and then you turn it over the back.
He's like a spot rusher for the Packers. Hey, let's sign this older guy. Maybe he can turn it on in the playoffs and give us 3 sacks in the play. That's kind of what we're looking for, I think.
And if it doesn't work out, or another example, Chewy, who is that? The Cowboys linebacker they picked up a couple of years ago. Played him for a couple of games.
Yeah. No, that's the corner, right? That
was he was
last year. Was Diggs?
Wasn't he like a first-round pick and then got injured from Notre Dame?
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't Chewy say that earlier in the segment?
No.
He was talking about the Giants guy they signed.
That they brought in
Isaiah Simmons, who they
Cowboys,
cut from camp.
Giants.
Yes.
Sorry, I was like, I thought Chewy mentioned the guy.
I can't.
Jaden Smith?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Jalen Smith?
Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
We got there.
That's a good comp, Gabe. Yours was better than mine because I didn't know the guy's name from New York.
Well, either really did I. We had to work together to get there.
A little cobbling happening here. 800-990-3776. Reaction rolling in to the Brewers signing Lance McCullers. It does feel like people are willing to give the Brewers the benefit of the doubt because they have had so much success making moves similar to this, which is going out, grabbing a guy who another team was trying to offload and saying, we can work with this, and then turning him into a serviceable person, player, whatever, for the Brewers. I do want to get to this, though. Ryan from Maguanago says, clearly the kids weren't back playing ball. Chewy is back to old man hating things.
They weren't. I was so disappointed. And I looked like 3 times.
I was about to say, how many times did
3
you check
times
yesterday?
And I was going to screenshot it and send it to you guys. I was sad. Not going to lie.
Maybe it was too hot yesterday.
It's hot every day down there. They're young.
It's fair.
We got a lot of stuff to get to this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. No Jason Wilde as he is taking the day off, so we'll fill it with a boatload of Packers stuff. Stick around. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on.
LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com. That's how you can book your first appointment with my friends at Mentality. They have been helping me for years. If you just don't quite feel like yourself, feel like you're, okay, just getting a little bit older, slowing down just a little bit, it doesn't have to be that way. You might be dealing with some low testosterone, and that's where Mentality can help. They do a full blood panel, take you through the process, and at the end, they give you a customized treatment that's just for you if you're dealing with low testosterone. But what's great about Mentality is they continue to learn and evolve their process. They've treated over 25,000 men, and what they've learned is you can't rely on testosterone alone. So run at full capacity. Your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. And with Mentality, they make it easy. They make sure that your levels are where they need to be. You keep checking in every 11 to 12 weeks. You get the blood panel done. Okay, if they got to adjust any dosages, they do. It's real easy. And you can get back to feeling like yourself. Get back to attacking your days. Get back to that guy that you used to be. So go to lowtusa.com and book that first appointment today with Mentality. Again, the website, lowtusa.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Tapping the brakes, starting right around Mill Road and then eases up past Capitol Drive, and then tapping the brakes 94 east and westbound through the stadium interchange between 35th and Hawley. Otherwise, everything else looking good. Traffic is brought to you by MoMA. MoMA is the new name connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, getting you back in action with expert evaluation and innovative treatments provided in their offices. The Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, or MOSH. Call or walk in today. Air quality alert until noon today. That could be extended with our smoky and hazy conditions. Will be sunny. Could maybe see a shower or storm later on, a high of 90. Tonight, still some patchy smoke, maybe a shower, low of 72. Dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're in charge of ordering boxes. Small boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap, just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline, we warehouse for you.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and builds spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations, people lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
If it's gotten to the
I
point...
don't think shower.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're not going to take a shower? You just told me
I
you're
think it's
offended by your
deodorant.
own BO.
No, but I think it's deodorant, Gabe. Showering does nothing. It really doesn't.
You are wrong.
Because
you must be showering wrong.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I told you guys how happy I was with my closet from Closets by Design, and now they're expanding into your garage. You ever pull into your garage and go, man, this place is a disaster. How am I going to find anything? My tools, my kids' toys, anything we might need. Closets by Design can help with the chaos. They got custom cabinets that'll keep everything organized and out of sight, wall storage systems to maximize your space, durable garage flooring that is built to last. Maybe you're one of those people who isn't even parking in their garage because you got so much stuff. Let Closets by Design make it better. Spend less time searching for things when Closets by Design handles your garage space. Right now you get 40% off. You can ask about their special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation at closetsbydesign.com. The season of lists rolls on. We have been following ESPN.com's top 10 at each position. Thank you, Jeremy Fowler, etc. Look, we haven't always agreed with how it's shaken out. And today, I believe it's the last day. Is today the last day of this list, guys, as we've gone through running backs, cornerbacks, edge rushers, defensive tackles, tight ends, offensive tackles, interior offensive linemen, quarterbacks, off-ball linebackers, wide receivers, and today it is safeties. Chewy, Xavier McKinney is on the list. He is high on the list. He is third on the list, even after having, I think, what most Packers fans would consider a down year, right? Certainly down from his 2024 performance for the Green Bay Packers. Surprised to learn that Xavier McKinney is number 3 in the league at the safety position, Chew.
No, it's a good spot for him. But it's like, safeties are center fielders, Sometimes you get 7 balls hit to you in a game. Sometimes you get 1, Just the opportunity wasn't there last year. And we were talking about it yesterday. It's like turnovers. Packers 2 years ago, close to leading the league. In this past year,
kind of dried up.
It wasn't as good. That's like the Bear. We're talking about the Bears. They were number 1, I believe, in turnovers last year. They're not going to be number 1 this year. It just doesn't work like that. So still, I would consider him one of the best. It'll be interesting how he's used in this defensive philosophy because Hafley, we know, loved safety play. And that's one of the reasons why he was so successful 2 years ago. So still expect him to be an impact player, leader of the team, and he'll be solid. He'll be, I don't know about the interceptions, but he's going to be.
He still had 10 passes defended last year,
Yeah,
so when the
he's still a
opportunities
hell
are
of a
there,
player.
yeah. You would much rather have, again, who knows how many balls are coming his way, but you want a center fielder you keep using that's rangy. They can go get those balls.
And
that's what
the
he can be.
How many teams are actually throwing in his direction? If you know that you have a guy out there who's going to gobble up the ball, you might be a little adverse to even put it in his space. McKinney hasn't allowed a touchdown as the nearest defender since joining the Packers in 2024. He remains a bright spot on this defense. And we have talked, Chew, about how when you have Micah Parsons up front on the line, that does help everybody. All of your defensive backs. I know corners sort of benefit from it the most, but having Xavier McKinney out there is sort of that okay, well, at least we got, there's a sigh of relief, right? Knowing that you have a player of his caliber. It is still crazy that the Giants allowed the Packers to get him when they did. But yes, I do think that this is one of those guys who you feel very confident knowing he's on the field. You know that he elevates your defense. I want to tell you guys who the other 2 were above him. Kyle Hamilton for the Baltimore Ravens and Derwin James Jr. for the Los Angeles Chargers were the guys above Xavier McKinney. But, Chewy, we've talked about this before. When you rank the defensive players, where does safety rank as far as need to have an elite player at that position? It's not as high as pass rusher.
It's not. Ron would always say, he'd clump the D-line, and he'd say D-line and corner went hand in hand. And then because we had a great one in Leroy, it was more important to have a good safety than linebackers. As long as you got a really solid defensive line, your linebackers should be fine. And you don't need superstars. Now, it's an added bonus if you do, like we're thinking Edgerrin Cooper's going to be. But and that's another thing with this defense because you have young free safeties. You know, you need a guy back there that knows what the hell he's doing because they're one of the safeties, whoever the elder statesman or whoever's going to make the call has to. Sometimes you got to check out of the coverage you're in because you can't play coverages to certain formations. So the safeties are responsible for changing coverages during certain formations, and typically your Mike linebacker, whoever's wearing the dot, adjusts your D-line in front. So you really need two guys that know what the hell they're doing when it comes to making adjustments in the middle of series, in the middle of games, and things like that. And that's why that's just another reason why he's so valuable back there because his football IQ is very high, I believe.
Yeah, maybe safety's not as important, but the Packers haven't won a Super Bowl without a Hall of Fame level one.
Yeah, that's true.
Whether we're talking about the 60s, whether we're talking about Leroy with you, and Nick Collins obviously didn't go to the Hall of Fame, but he was on that track until he broke his neck. That was the track that Nick Collins was on. So, yeah, maybe it's not that important in the grand scheme of things, and we've seen a lot of teams do it. Packers haven't been able to do it. So I'm glad he's roaming the defense back there. That he's in one of the scouts, or excuse me, the coach that was quoted in this piece, Chew, said one of your favorite words. He's a fast processor.
Yeah. Which is, you got to be. Especially when you get up there in years, when the foot speed goes away and your reaction time. That's how, guys like that, that's how Leroy played forever because he was so smart. You anticipate well, angles, you recognize formations, which formationally, typically you can only do so many things out of. So he's just a real smart player.
Well, and you mentioned young free safeties, so that, of course, made me think of Evan Williams, who, again, people consider to be one of the best young safeties in the league. So it does feel like at that position, the Packers, in addition to having McKinney, also have Evan Williams there, who has been great in his limited time with the Packers as well. Gabe, 3 on the list feels about right for a player of Xavier McKinney's caliber.
Yeah, it's hard to. I mean, Kyle Hamilton's kind of the undisputed one to me. He's been up there for a while, despite only being 25. Derwin James is looked at as high. Yeah, so 3 seems about right. I've got no complaint about if he had fallen 3 or 4 because Brian Branch is right behind him.
He was 3 last year as well, for what it's worth.
So if he's not the best safety.
We'll take it all day long.
But, yeah. He's going to be an all-pro this year. Whether it's first or second team probably depends upon how many balls come his way and how many he picks off.
My guess is he's 3, probably because they use the free safety as run support in a lot of defenses. Because he's not really a come-up and fill where Evan Williams will knock the snot. That dude likes to hit.
Yeah.
So my guess is that's probably why he's 3, which is fine. You already got, safeties that can come in and play that role.
For more optimism concerning the safety position, there's a great article on Packers.com that talks about the chemistry that has developed between these two guys, Xavier McKinney and Evan Williams. Of course, there's that mentorship that you're seeing from Xavier McKinney to Evan Williams, but they talk about how they kind of can read each other's minds at this point, or at least they're getting better at it as far as knowing where each guy is going to be, what they need to be doing on any given play, which again breeds confidence in the safety position. And if it seems like we're harping on the safety position, it is also a part of we don't know exactly what we're going to get from the cornerback position, right? So we've continued to talk about how we would like to see strides made. We would like to see somebody go out there and seize that role. I am reading good things about what they've seen from Cisse. And again, I know you always go, he's a rookie.
Yeah, then we went through minicamp, right? It's just going to be, especially once they ask, because Carrington Valentine's one of those guys that, and I don't want to call him All-Oneida because I think he's gotten past that portion. For those who don't know, All-Oneida is the phrase that Chewy came up with, where you look good in the shorts and helmets on, and then the pads come on, and you become a completely different player. And so Valentine's past that, but especially when we know that Jonathan Gannon's defenses traditionally have asked the corners to be important in stopping the run. Knowing Cisse's full capabilities, we're not going to know until they get into full pads, until he's playing in games, until he plays in the one joint practice that they're going to have.
Well, and then you saw it with Golden last year because some people on this panel thought he was going to catch 70 balls and be, unbelievable, which I pretty much nailed it. because a lot of times there's a lot to know, from offensive defensive playbook, and it's whether you can retain that enough to where they trust you to go in there and play. And it's actually, can't believe I'm saying this, kind of harder to be on defense because you don't know where you're going. Offense, you know where you're going.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the play. If they roll to cover 2, you have to convert it here. You know that. Defensively is like, I wasn't ready for motion. You know what I mean? It's a little tougher.
But think about it this way. We spent some time talking about Devontae yesterday. Devontae's a top 10 wide receiver according to this list. You're not going to find too many 32, 33, 34-year-old defensive backs on these lists.
No.
Because
past prime.
Yeah. And you need could you still play a little bit? Probably through your guile, but you need every last bit of athleticism in order to be able to read and react like that to whatever's going on in front of you.
You're certainly not going to be a number 1.
No.
You're not going to be a number 1
No
corner.
chance.
Yeah.
800-990-3776 talking about how Xavier McKinney is number 3 on the ESPN.com list. I guess I wanted to ask you guys before we go to break here. After seeing all of this, and again, great aggregate work by Jeremy Fowler. We certainly appreciate it during these dog days of summer where there's not a lot of actual stuff going on to react to. We are not yet in training camp where we can start talking about the rotations and things like that. So it is good fodder for sure for conversation. Do we feel like these are credible lists? Because, again, I don't want to be the people who are like, oh, this is a great list. Xavier McKinney, top 3. Oh, the other one was, not great because Jordan Love wasn't in the top 10. Where are we falling as far as now that we've seen all of them? Do we like the list? Do we think there's credibility with the list? Or are we kind of, again, pushing it through the subjective prism?
I think there's credibility to the list when you think of it as this is how the league feels about these players. Because Jeremy Fowler does a great job of getting a lot of opinions from a lot of different spots, whether it's front office, whether it's coaches, whether it's scouts. So we can disagree with how the league feels about someone and think that Jordan Love is better and deserves to be in the top 10. And the only way, again, it doesn't seem like there was actually a tie, but they decided to go to a tiebreaker so they could get Caleb Williams on that list for whatever reason. But it just gives you an idea of how the league feels about these players. Whether you agree or not, this is how the league feels.
Yeah.
It's important to remember the same people giving their input on the list also made decisions like drafting J.J. McCarthy. They run some of the nowhere franchises like the Cleveland Browns. Like, that all factors in. It's certainly a point and something to keep an eye on, and I think a good overall judge. But a lot of times people are just wrong on stuff, especially in the NFL. It's a very hard thing to scout and figure out. And there's a lot of factors that go into it that change the results of how some of these guys will be viewed on the list.
See, I looked at it like this. I think they nailed Kraft. 6 is fine. Micah was 2, right? They nailed that. Shouldn't have been any receivers. McKinney nailed it. And I look at it as a trade-off where Love probably should have been in the top 10, but I did not expect Edgerrin Cooper to be in the top 10. So I see that as kind of a trade-off. So in the grand scheme of things, I think overall the list was pretty good.
I'm also conscious of the fact that Caleb Williams being at number 10 on the list drove a crap ton of conversations, right? Because it wasn't just here in Milwaukee or in Wisconsin where we were debating whether or not Caleb Williams was better than Jordan Love. They were doing it with all of those guys who were supposedly, quote unquote, very close in voting across the country. They were doing it with people who were behind Caleb Williams because the sample size was so small, because his completion percentage was so low relative to some of the other quarterbacks. They were cherry picking statistics just like we were to prove that their guy deserved to be on this list versus Caleb. So let's not pretend we don't know how the sausage is made and that having Caleb Williams on that list didn't also keep the storyline going, keep the article going, drive clicks, drive conversation.
Which is weird because typically that's what they haven't done with this list. Right? It's just, here's the list.
But don't
here's
you
how
think
the league...
that they told on themselves by saying it was
100%.
very close, so we
Yes.
went to tiebreakers?
Didn't need to go to tiebreakers because Caleb probably wasn't in the top 10. But they went to tiebreakers to get Caleb in the top 10.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because it created a lot of content.
We'll take a break
For a
here
lot
on
of
Jen,
people.
Gabe, and Chewy. Speaking of content, we got a lot more coming your way. Stick around.
Guys, I'm telling you, if you're getting ready to propose, you know what I'm going to say already. The only place to go, it's the Jewelry Center because of the helpful team that they have. That's where I went when I got engaged a handful of years ago, and I was able to pick out the right ring. I had kind of an idea of what my wife wanted in an engagement ring. But if you don't, maybe check out our Pinterest page, see if there's anything you can pick up there, and bring it in because the helpful team at the Jewelry Center is always going to point you in the right direction, and you can also customize it. With everything done in-house, could even cost less than you expect. Whether you're looking for that custom engagement ring or just want something nice, whether it's diamond earrings, gold chain, they've got you covered. It's where I got my wedding band. It's where I got my nice watch I like to wear. Check out the Jewelry Center, Greenfield, Brookfield, Burlington, or the Jewelry Center in Mequon.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Typical slowdowns in some of our work zones, 94 east and westbound, tapping the brakes through the stadium interchange between 35th and Hawley. I-41 northbound, you're slow starting at North Avenue until you get past Burleigh, and then on the southbound side of 41, tapping the brakes from Silver Spring to Capitol. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. Air quality alert in place till noon. That could be extended. Will be smoky and hazy today. Sunny, maybe a chance for a shower late. High of 90. Patchy smoke then tonight and a slight chance for a shower. Low of 72. Your perfect Wisconsin summer starts at Lake Lawn Resort. Enjoy boating, golf, spa treatment, and lakeside relaxation on Delavan Lake. Visit lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Start the second half of the Brewers season with a stacked series against the Marlins. The whole city's invited to celebrate Noche de Cerveceros Friday, July 17th. Then get the latest Brandon Woodruff Brewers bobblehead, courtesy of PNC Bank, Saturday the 18th. Treat the family to a summer Sunday at the ballpark for Paw Patrol Day on the 19th. Plus, family vibes are through the roof with special kids activities every Sunday. Get your tickets at brewers.com.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
So embarrassing.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples with up to 40% off select tech. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
The biggest sporting event in the world, and a Superior light beer to match it. From the pitch to the pour, Superior's worth paying for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching FIFA World Cup 26 at Maxwell's in Cedarburg, Stenny's Lake Country, Maddie's in New Berlin, and Jug's Pub and Grill in Slinger. Michelob Ultra. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's a winning explosion at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This July, Winplosion rockets in, bursting with $300,000 in cash and reward play. For your shot at winning, just play with your rewards card. Then join us for the Thursday night prize drawings. Plus, every Winplosion entry also counts toward the big WinFest Grand Finale in September. It's Winplosion. Big bang, big bucks. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Any of those things because it exceeds. It's like. I'm sorry, I'm burping up my apple right there. That's what that was. I wasn't pausing for effect. I literally was burping my
All right,
apple.
can we just go to break?
No.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. You could call it a gym, but it's actually so much more than a gym. It's a world-class wellness club where hospitality is always at the forefront. It's a performance-driven training and advanced recovery place all under one roof, allowing you to move better, feel stronger, live longer. Gabe and I went out there. We got in the hot tubs, the cold tubs, the saunas. We got in all of the things that they offer. Didn't get in the boxing ring because, well, that doesn't feel like a smart decision for me, does it? Invest in yourself at Revival so you can be around and be active with your loved ones for years to come. They've got limited Tier 1 memberships now available while they last. You can schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com. It's revivalbrookfield.com. Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, Craig weighing in saying, don't forget their third safety, who is pretty good as well, in Javon Bullard. Their three safeties could be many other teams' number one safety. Gabe, agree?
Oh, yeah. And that's where you hope that if there, I mean, again, there's going to be injuries. You hope there aren't, but they're going to have to deal with injuries where if there's injury at safety, you can slide him back. Makes you a little more susceptible at the slot corner, but they've got three pretty good ones. And they're really high on Bullard. They're really high on Evan Williams, which is a really good place to be when you already have an all-pro.
Well, Bullard's a nickel too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's their slot corner.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
When you can do that, you know.
Tells you how versatile he can be.
Yeah, yeah.
Continuing our Packers conversations, I'm just checking out the clock here because we're already behind. So I just I know.
And we didn't have Jason.
I was just going to say that. We didn't even have Jason to jam things up.
It's almost like it wasn't Jason's fault ever that we run behind the clock.
I wouldn't go that far, Gabe. Good
It's
grief.
almost like that wasn't the issue.
A few things are out there. Again, we've talked about how this is the season of lists. I know there are people out there who get tired of the list, but I think it is good conversation. And one of the lists that is out there are the triplets, right? That's what it's called, the triplets, where I think it was CBS Sports, if I'm not mistaken, went through and graded each of the quarterback, wide receiver, running back trios for each team. And I don't want to tell you right now where the Packers ranked on that list, but Chewy, if you had to guess where Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and they did say Christian Watson, right?
They did.
He's the de facto number one according to this list. Rank amongst triplets in the league, where would you say would be fair for those three guys?
Well, people consider Jacobs on the backside, Christian Watson.
Remember, Christian Watson not on the list of top 26 wide receivers for ESPN.com's.
I don't think it's going to be great. 15, 16?
It's in the ballpark.
Is it? I think he nailed it.
Well, he didn't nail it.
Because he said 15, 16?
And it's 12.
Oh, I thought they were 16th.
No, they were 12th.
Oh, maybe I'm looking at a different list. Another list of ranking these players.
What were they on your list?
Gabe said they were 12.
No, but on the list.
Whatever list I was looking at, there was the Packers were something. I thought they were 16, but it's all right. 12 is Gabe.
I'll go with her list.
Because it makes him correct.
I don't know. I don't know what her list is. But sure, you agree so you can be right.
To
I
be
guess.
fair, I don't know what my list is. I thought the Packers were ranked 16th on the triplets list. It must have been a different list, as we've mentioned, is the season of list. It was not uncommon for me to get them all mixed up.
Based upon the ESPN list, that would not float, correct? Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love was in
outside
top
the top
10.
10. Josh Jacobs outside the top 10, and Christian Watson not.
But you know who they ranked right ahead of?
Probably the Bears.
Bears were 13.
Yeah, there you go. And their top guy is not Olave, but a Dunze.
Yeah, they actually
Loveland and
they listed Loveland as the top pass catcher. So they went Williams, Swift, their running back,
which is fair, which is what they're
and
going to
Colston
do, because I believe they don't really. I don't think they know what Williams is yet. So they want to run the ball. Throwing the tight end is much easier than throwing to a receiver.
Okay, hold the phone here. I'm going through the list quickly, and yes, you're right, it was number 12. I was conflating it with another list or something else that I saw where I thought it was 16, or I was just wrong. Totally could be the possibility as well. Are the Bears the only team that they allowed? Oh, no, I'm looking at the Vegas Raiders.
Vegas,
and Arizona,
the Cardinals.
But does that seem fair? I thought we were doing quarterback, wide receiver, running back, not quarterback, pass catcher, running back.
Yeah, quarterback, pass catcher, running back is what they were doing.
Well, then why didn't they go with Kraft instead of Watson?
Thank you. That's an excellent question by you.
We had a discussion just last week where when I said I think that you're going to have this year Tucker Kraft lead the team in receiving. And what did you push back and say?
Well, I didn't know he was going to be number 6 on the list, and Christian Watson wouldn't even be anywhere in sight.
But I think Chewy is making a great point, guys. If they're willing to go to the tight end, right? When I read this list very quickly this morning, I was like, it's wide receiver or bust. It's not, it's wide receiver unless a tight end is your best pass catcher, in which case we're going to slide tight end in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because to Chewy's point, let me see it with Tucker Kraft. Let me see where the Packers rank with Tucker Kraft as the pass catcher instead of Christian Watson, because I guarantee Christian Watson, and this is not a slight of Christian, so don't come at me in the comments, dragged that ranking down.
Why don't we do the exercise? Look at the teams below them, slip in Tucker Kraft instead of Christian Watson. How many do you like more?
The great thing, let's do it right after the break, Joshy.
Commercial payments at Fifth Third Bank are experienced and reliable, but they're also constantly innovating. Might seem contradictory, but Fifth Third does just that. They also handle over $17 trillion in payments smoothly and effectively each and every year. They were also named one of America's most innovative companies by Fortune magazine. After all, that's what commercial payments are all about. Steady, reliable expertise that keeps money flowing in and out like clockwork. But commercial payments are also about building new and disruptive solutions. So Fifth Third does that too. It's your commercial payments of Fifth Third better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Join ESPN Milwaukee and Yingling this Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's Blue Ribbon Bar and Grill in Blue Mound for the ultimate Yingling watch party. Fuel up before the game with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team. Win awesome Yingling prizes and stick around as the first place crew battle Miami. Ice cold Yingling, great food, baseball, summer done right. Yingling, bringing friends together since 1829. Crack open a lager and raise a toast to American tradition. See you Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's in Blue Mound. DG Yingling in Sun Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Kevin Moret here, founder of Mentality Men's Health. Remember the dad we all respected, worked all day, coached our team at night, and still had something left in the tank at bedtime? If you're now the dad who has lost a step and looks like you gave up, stop. There's a reason. One quick blood test of Mentality, we can tell your total and free testosterone that could be causing all these issues. Our physicians have helped over 25,000 men get back to who they are meant to be. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can just save yourself so much time by going, okay, we like this guy, this guy, this guy. Let's take a look at all the different things he did at the combine. I just hit my phone, and now my hand is just tingling.
What's with you two today? Jesus. Do you know how to function?
I just like...
On 94.5 ESPN.
If you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is your place to play. Fast payouts, so you're right back in the action. You'll never miss out on a jackpot because they've got it on the digital billboards around the city and screens all over the casino. 2,600 slot machines. You know I love that. And you can play your way with denominations from 1 cent all the way up to $100. Whether you enjoy the classic reels or the latest interactive games, there is always something new to discover at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We are taking a look at CBS Sports' list of the top trios in the NFL. Gabe reminding me that the Packers came in at number 12 with the trio of Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and Christian Watson. They do say, though, that the Packers are one of the most volatile teams on this list in these rankings. That, of course, because, well, Christian Watson has dealt with injuries. Poor guy. He'll never shake that narrative until he puts together several seasons of not being injured, not missing games. Josh Jacobs took a step backwards. And, of course, Jordan Love, one of the more polarizing, as we have experienced over the last week or so, quarterbacks in the league. But Chewy brought up a great point. If you're going to allow teams to use their best pass catcher and you're going to give them the tight end option, like they did with the Chicago Bears, as you mentioned, at number 13 with Colston Loveland, who we talked about yesterday, who said that the Bears are constantly thinking about the Packers. If you missed any of that, you can find it on our podcast, wherever you get your podcast. But the Bears are not alone. I mentioned that the Raiders also allowed Brock Bowers to be the top pass catcher. The Arizona Cardinals allowed Trey McBride. Again, these are very, very good tight ends. But the argument could certainly be made that so is Tucker Kraft, even though he dealt with injury. So why, pray tell, didn't CBS Sports default to Tucker Kraft as the pass catcher for your Green Bay Packers? To which Joshy said, let's do the exercise. Let's swap Tucker Kraft for Christian Watson on this trio's list. And what would it do? Gabe, we're going to reveal that on the other side of this break. Yep, Joshy. I thought he was going to give the other music because we're up at the top of the hour. But do you think that putting Tucker Kraft as the pass catcher for your Green Bay Packers moves them up the list or down the list?
No. The answer to that question is no. That's it.
Stands pat?
Yep.
All right. Let's get into it right after this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Crash to report 94 southbound just beyond the ramp from Holt Avenue. Part of the right lane is blocked because of this accident, so causing some backups at Oklahoma. And you're slow 94 northbound, pretty much in the same stretch coming out of the Mitchell interchange until you get past Holt Avenue. Out of the Mitchell as well, you're kind of tapping the brakes onto 894 westbound until you get past 35th Street and seeing typical delays in some of our work zones. Still slow 94 east and westbound through the stadium interchange. Painting doesn't have to be overwhelming. Let 2-Day Painting do the work. Ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate at 2daypainting.com. Air quality alert in place until noon today. It's a smoky and hazy one, and it's going to still be warm, a high near 90. Could maybe see a shower late, and then tonight, patchy smoke, slight chance for a shower, low of 72. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Member FDIC.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, we're talking about the CBS Sports list. A shocking development. List. It is the phase of the season that we are currently in. And they listed the Green Bay Packers triplets, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Christian Watson, as 12th best in the league. Gabe, you mentioned the Bears were number 13. They put Colston Loveland.
I
almost said Loveless. Is there like a Patty Loveless or something like that my brain went to?
No idea.
Loveland.
I think there's a porn star,
Okay.
Lovelace.
But you've just heard.
Yeah, I read the internet a lot.
I want to make a joke. I'm trying to move on.
I was just trying to help
They
out
listed Colston Loveland as the pass catcher for the Bears. There were several other teams that they did that for as well. So Chewy asked, why didn't they use Tucker Kraft as the pass catcher for your Green Bay Packers? And again, I could make an argument pretty simply, guys, that if they had Tucker Kraft in there, because Tucker Kraft is considered one of the top 10 tight ends in the league, that it might have shifted the Packers to, 8, 9, 10 on this list. I think that Tucker Kraft is going to be a better pass catcher than Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers this year. So, Gabe, it seems like you disagree because you said before the break it's a push.
Well, I think their numbers ultimately are going to be very comparable. I think those two are going to be really close in a lot of the, maybe Tucker has more receptions, but then Christian ends up with more receiving yards. And, touchdowns are always kind of a coin toss. If he's healthy, they have a bunch of red zone opportunities. Maybe Watson can also score in the red zone, but score from far away. It's kind of a coin toss there. But I think both of those are going to have – it's going to be a battle all season long between the two of them for who's the top pass catcher for the Packers. And therefore, I don't think their ranking changes all that much. Maybe if you want to put them ahead of the Chargers because Ladd McConkey had a disappointing season last year, but Omarion Hampton's a top 5 running back. You're not going to be better than the Eagles. You're not going to be better than the Patriots. Not better than the Niners.
Well, hold on. Let me walk you through this here because I think I got a formula where you can do it. If you look at all the quarterbacks, right?
Like mathematical formula?
They can all play.
You came up with your own algorithm?
Yes, I did. Because the tough thing is the running backs. You know what I mean? The tough one is the running back. Now, Watson clearly brings them down. He doesn't nationally have anywhere as much juice as Tucker Kraft.
I don't think,
okay.
Tucker's got a little bit, but.
Juice? I think people love Tucker Kraft. I think. And I think they like Christian Watson. Even at the end of the season, all right, Watson might be the 25th best receiver in the league. But if you look at all the quarterbacks, they can all play, right? Burrow, Stafford, Goff, Lamar, Dak, Mahomes, Allen, Purdy, May, Hurts, Herbert, and Love. They can all play. We agree, right?
Yeah.
They can all be great. Very good. Now you go to running backs, all right? Josh Jacobs is still a big name, right, Gabe?
Yeah.
Jacobs. Now, just, you don't have to slot him in somewhere, but just better than Hampton from San Diego?
Maybe.
Barkley, no.
Even though Barkley had a down year.
From New England?
Barkley had a down year, but he's still.
Yeah. No question.
Stevenson, better.
Sure.
Are you just shirring me or are you being lippy? That sounded like a lippy shirt, didn't it?
I think they're in the
he's
same
agreeing
ballpark.
with you.
McCaffrey, probably a little
McCaffrey's
better. Cook, better.
Better.
Kenneth Walker.
Better.
You think so?
Yeah.
Certainly younger.
Williams from Dallas? No. Derrick Henry, yes. Gibbs?
Yeah.
Williams from the Rams?
Is better.
But there's not a huge gap here.
Sure,
right?
But you're saying
Then
there
you
is
go
a
to
huge
receiver,
gap. Thank you.
And then there's a gap. Jamar Chase, Nakua, St. Brown, Flowers, C.D. Lamb, Rashid Rice, DJ Moore, Mike Evans, better. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, McConkey, you said, had a down year. And then you go Watson, who's probably at the back end of all those receivers.
Sure, but even if you put Tucker Kraft there, that's not going to vault you past the guys that are better than Watson. It's not going to get you past A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith
I think
or Mike Evans.
I think it gets you in front of the Chargers.
Yeah, that's about it. You're not going to put the Packers trio ahead of Hurts,
I think
Barkley,
it may
and
get
Smith.
you in front of New England.
How do you get in front of New England? Stevenson and Jacobs are kind of a push. Even if you want to say Jacobs better, it's marginal. A.J. Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the league.
I'm just saying there's a possibility, okay? Because
And
I
Drake
am
May-
not crowning Drake May after 1 year.
No, but he was second in MVP
Yeah.
voting last year. So if the people putting together this list are going to look at that versus Jordan Love not really sniffing any postseason recognition, I can understand where they're at 12.
Okay, so let me just ask you guys this. Why do you think CBS essentially ignored Green Bay's best offensive weapon in Tucker Kraft? Like the fact that we have had conversations about Tucker Kraft potentially leading this team in receptions, and we're going to talk a little bit later in the show about efficiency. I believe we said that Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft led the league in efficiency as far as tight ends go last year in 2025, but we'll get into that conversation a little bit later. I don't understand why they automatically grabbed Christian Watson as the pass catcher for Green Bay. It doesn't feel like aggregating in good faith. That's all. I'm simply saying, like, did you even consider throwing Tucker Kraft in there as the pass catcher for Green Bay? Because I do think that you move up a few spots if you have one of the best tight ends, which is a courtesy they gave the Bears, the Arizona Cardinals, the Las Vegas Raiders. I do think that it slides them up the list. Now, again, in the grand scheme of things, does this matter at all? No, it does not. But I think it goes back to whether or not you believe that Tucker Kraft will be the top pass catcher for the Green Bay Packers. So let's put that on the Infinity Exterior poll this morning. Let's put it on the poll. Who will be the Packers' top pass catcher this year, Tucker Kraft or Christian Watson?
But
It's
funny.
Funny last year. So last year they obviously both
Yeah.
played about half a season. They both averaged 61.1 yards per game.
Yeah.
Watson and
But do you think? Let me
and
ask you.
Kraft.
Do you think who's better, Odunze or Christian Watson?
I like the upside of Christian because of the size speed combination is so rare, and if he puts it all together like he was at the end of last season, I think he could have a really good
But there's
season.
not a big gap.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's
That's why I'm
head
like,
and
why'd
shoulders
they put,
above.
Yeah, why'd they put Loveland instead of Kraft? Just the optics would look much better.
Honestly, it probably comes down to the contract extension Christian Watson also just signed. He signed 4 years, $110.5 million. Guess who's not sniffing those numbers when he signs his deal?
But again, two different positions. Is there a tight end on this list? And again, I'm not familiar with all of the salaries of all of the tight ends in the league. Is there a tight end on this list who sniffs Christian Watson?
No.
Or is it just that's what I'm saying?
There's not a single one of them.
So it's a little bit apples to oranges because you're sitting here comping the tight end position to the wide receiver position. But again, you're giving some of these teams the luxury of using their tight end as their number one pass catcher and not giving that to.
I mean, because the other two that you listed, McBride was top 5 in receiving yards last year. Bowers broke every rookie record.
We talked about that as well, Chu. You have said the teams that have had the tight ends as their leading pass catcher are
who?
Bad teams. Holy moly! I'll keep whispering it.
Well,
but...
I was reading Seattle, and I'm like, did Seattle get snubbed here at 14?
The running back
because
position.
of the running back, but Smith and Jigba was hands down. The best receiver in the NFL.
He's
and
a top
Sam Darnold
receiver.
is a guy that can play as well.
Yeah. But their running back position is a huge question mark because their
Emmanuel
top guy
Wilson
left.
might be the leading carrier for week 1
Darian
through 8.
Price, the kid out of Notre Dame that played behind Jeremiah?
Because
and they keep saying, we don't plan to use him that much. Well,
Yeah.
then why'd you draft him that high?
Because Kenneth Walker is gone.
Yeah.
And Zach Charbonnet, who is their second, who's a pretty good running back, tore his Achilles. So they got a big question mark
Emmanuel Wilson, George Halani. You're a big Wilson guy, Chewy. You can track him in Seattle, see how he does.
I think he had a better average.
I feel like
than
Josh is jumping
Josh
in here
Jacobs,
because he's
though, right?
taking Emmanuel Wilson in some of his one and
No,
done
I'm
fantasy
not.
leagues.
No, staying away. Get out of here.
But
how many have you done already?
130.
Joshy, do you think that fantasy is playing a role in this? Do you think that there's some
Oh, of
fantasy
course.
component
I
of
think
Christian Watson getting more targets, more touchdowns?
I think it's as bad as it is. People who are even in the talking head space or the writer space, if they're not NFL, I think fantasy plays into sort of everyone's shaded opinion and how they view things. Like, I think Jackson Smith and Jig was good. Do I think there's a dozen wide receivers who, if they took a 35% target share and ran the same type of routes, would probably thrive in a similar way? I do. So, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Is he that much leaps and bounds better than guy 6, 7, 8 of the best wide receivers? Or is he a product of where he comes? Was Cooper Kupp that great? Is Puka Nacua that great? Or are they in a system that really benefits that type of player?
And see, where I struggle with this is fantasy football is all well and good. Love it. Love video game numbers. It obviously helps your individual team for a guy to be the number one target in an offense that is throwing the ball, if you're talking about wide receivers, pass catchers, which we are in this one. But we're going to talk about how the Packers were one of the best and most efficient teams in the league in 2025. Now, you can make the argument that only turned out a playoff appearance, right? Not a deep run to the playoffs. I can't help but try to debate what's more important, putting up those video game numbers or being an efficient offense, which is something the Green Bay Packers have now done under Jordan Love and with Matt LaFleur.
Do we think there's any scenario in which the Green Bay Packers draft Jackson Smith and Jigba and he has either that has the season he had last year at any point? Because I certainly don't.
Well, yeah, again, because
he
of the
had
way that
games
Matt
where
LaFleur calls the offense.
He had games where he had 50% of all the targets in the game.
Because they can't cover him.
Yeah, that could be true, or it could be a function of the offense.
So you're saying, hold on. So you're saying if you put Christian Watson on Seattle, he has an Jigba type season?
No,
because
I
they're
think it's a body style. And
I say to this day, I mean, I like Christian Watson, love his attitude, but I just don't think he is a great route runner. I don't sit there and go, wow. And I played with great route
And
runners.
just for the uninitiated, Chew, what makes a great route runner?
Put it in the ground,
What is it?
Well,
Thank you.
just stopping on a dime. It's like you're going from 80 miles an hour down to 3 miles an hour like that, where the safety is or the corner covering you is like, oh, my God, I got to get out of my back pedal right now, Just how you work a cornerback's hips, That's the art of it, knowing how to work his hips to where you want his hips to go the wrong way, and then you go, bam, it's in the ground.
Which
they make it look so easy.
And to answer Josh's question, does he have the year that he had in Seattle last year? No. Is he still probably looked at as one of the top receivers in the league? Yes, because Matt LaFleur will feature someone when someone has proven they're worth being featured. You look at Devontae Adams, you start looking at Tucker Kraft before Tucker Kraft got injured.
Yeah.
Like, LaFleur will feature those guys, and he will get them the football.
And then the week after that, he'll have a 3-target game, and you'll go, what the hell happened?
Well, no, because Jackson Smith-Njigba is better than whatever the Packers had last year.
Oh, times 10. Well, maybe not. Maybe times 3.
And I believe, just based on the way they featured Devontae, they would have featured Jackson.
I would be interested in that because I don't know if Jordan Love is doing that the same way Aaron Rodgers did. Sometimes Aaron Rodgers threw the ball to Devontae Adams to his detriment.
Not often.
Devontae,
a really big important moment where he heaved it down the field.
Another great route runner. Devontae.
Oh, that's why he's still
so
top 10.
good.
And that's why Devontae's still top 10 in his 30s, because he's that smart guy who knows how to manipulate his defender in front of him.
800-990-3776. We put it on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by a lifetime workmanship warranty. InfinityExteriors.com. Who do you think will be the Packers' leading pass catcher in 2026, inspired by the CBS Sports list, ranking the triplets around the league, but using Christian Watson as the Packers' preferred pass catcher instead of Tucker Kraft, who I think you could make an argument for if he is healthy this season, which we all are hoping and believe he will be.
Let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, we're talking about great beer. If you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. If you see me out and about, I try to introduce as many people as I can to Yuengling. It's the oldest brewery in America. It's a real American beer. Smooth, rich, finally here in Wisconsin. So make sure you're grabbing some, whether it's the lager, whether it's the flights, whether it's the black and tan, which I had for the first time. It's fantastic. Grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Tailgates, backyard barbecues, fishing trips, and ball games. Yuengling Lager belongs wherever Americans come together. It's been brewed with pride since 1829. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Got some headaches now in the Hale Interchange area, 894 northbound right at Beloit Road. We've got a crash. 2 left lanes are blocked there because of this, so crews are on the scene, and we are seeing some slowdowns through the Hale Interchange as you're trying to head northbound, so something to be mindful of there. 43 southbound as you're heading downtown, tapping the brakes a bit between Hampton and Locust, and still seeing some typical delays through the work zone on I-94 east and westbound. You're slow through the Stadium Interchange between 35th and 70th. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all of your body repair needs. Fisco. Air quality alert until noon today. It's smoky and hazy out there. Still going to be a bit hot, a high of 90. Could see some showers and storms. Tonight, still some patchy smoke, a low of 72. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
Join ESPN Milwaukee and Yuengling this Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's Blue Ribbon Bar and Grill in Blue Mound for the ultimate Yuengling watch party. Fuel up before the game with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team. Win awesome Yuengling prizes and stick around as the first place crew battle Miami. Ice cold Yuengling, great food, baseball, summer done right. Yuengling, bringing friends together since 1829. Crack open a lager and raise a toast to American tradition. See you Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's in Blue Mound. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Trying to keep up with the 21st century can really get you down.
When you need a break, come to Kessler's. We'll turn your day around.
We have good air conditioning.
And we love making new friends.
The coffee's better than average.
Because we want you to come back again.
We want to be your jeweler.
My father told you for 29 years that he wanted to be your jeweler. He put that desire in everyone he hired.
And then he gave us the company.
He transformed our lives and gave us the most fun job on earth. It's easy to sell jewelry when you sell it for less than it's worth.
Come and take a look at our engagement rings.
And of course, we have thousands of other things. When you're having an overcast day, come to Kessler's. We're going to turn your day around. Free jewelry cleaning done by world-class professionals. While you drink your good coffee in a room full of diamonds and gold. Makes you feel better, no matter what you've been told.
One thing you definitely want to see before you're done
Is our exclusive Kessler 81.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. For our guys wanting to lean up and preserve their muscle mass, nothing is more powerful than combining testosterone therapy with GLP-1s. The TRT builds muscle and fuels metabolism, while GLP-1s target fat stores of the body. Clients currently combining these two revolutionary treatments look better than they have in years. This treatment isn't for everyone, only the guys that want next-level results. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
This summer, escape to Lakelon Resort, where lake life meets resort luxury. Nestled along the shores of beautiful Delavan Lake, Lakelon is the perfect destination for a weekend getaway, family vacation, or even a few days to simply unplug and recharge. Enjoy boating and water sports, lakeside golf at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa treatments, exceptional dining, and breathtaking sunsets along 2 miles of shoreline. Whether you're looking for adventure on the water or a quiet lakeside retreat, the perfect Wisconsin summer is waiting at Lakelon Resort. Visit lakelonresort.com to book your stay today.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Could you do 50 straight days of burgers?
Very condescending. I just
No,
want to be
no,
clear
that's
on
not.
the
That's
tone.
Let's put our heads together.
Again, I have children. I know condescending when I hear it.
Come on,
On 94.5 ESPN.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At the Wisconsin Country Club, you get a championship-level golf experience. We just had the Women's State Amateur at our golf course this week. And we've got nearly a century of tradition behind our club. But what really can set us apart is everything beyond the course. Whether you're looking for great programs your kids are going to enjoy, kick back, relax at the pool, play some tennis, pickleball, great dining, chef's been killing it this summer. It's not a pieced-together lifestyle. It's all in one place at the Wisconsin Country Club. And it's a better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule your private tour for the Wisconsin Country Club today. Mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pine. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Oh my God!
Show me chicken!
Top 8 at 8 is brought to you by Burn Pit BBQ. Premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings.
What do we got, Gabe?
Got a list of 8 things in front of me. You and Chew guess back and forth until you each get one incorrect. Then we open it up to the fans. 800-990-3776. The Miz leading the league in strikeouts at 167. Well on his way to a 200 strikeout season, which he would then join these 8 players. 8 players in Brewers franchise history have struck out 200 or more in a season. What I would like for you to do today is to name those 8 players.
Okay.
Sensing a lot of confidence.
A lot of confidence. I'm okay.
Corbin Burns.
Corbin Burns struck out 200 or more in 2023, 2022, and 2021.
I feel
He's
like
on the list.
Yeah, okay. Giovanni Gallardo.
Yo did it 4 times, 2012, 2011, 2010, and 2009. Woody did it once in 2021.
Freddie Peralta.
Did it 3 times, 2025, 2024, and 2023.
Ben Sheets.
Ben Sheets did it once, setting the franchise record with 264 strikeouts back in 2004.
How many we got?
You have 5, leaving just 3 on the list.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah. We were just pacing ourselves, Josh. Talk about confidence. Huh?
It's never before where I heard both of you just go silent.
Well, we were thinking.
I was being chivalrous.
Can you reset the list for me, please?
Freddie, Corbin, Woody, Gallardo, Ben Sheets.
Now that's a stall.
Yes.
Teddy?
Teddy Higuera in 1987 and 1986 struck out 200 batters.
I might be done.
Just 2 left on the list.
2 left on the list. Let's go Moose Haas.
No.
You didn't even look. You didn't even scroll.
Because there's only...
You just said no.
Because there's only 8 that have ever done it. So if the name's not on the list, he didn't do it.
Okay, come on. No matter where you go, there you are. That's what that felt like.
Moose Haas. It's either it's a black or white question, buddy. It's a 1 or a 0.
Okay.
God dang, Gabe, this is a good list. Because, again, once we got through the big names, now I'm just like, who else would have pitched enough?
You don't think of this player as a Brewer.
And pitched well enough to get 200 strikeouts in a season. I don't know.
You don't think of him as a Brewer. Okay.
The best pitchers.
All right, I need an answer.
I'm thinking. This is how I think.
Whoa.
Just because we're in a microwave society where everything
And
is
just because we're on a radio show.
Yeah, exactly. And just because we're on a radio show where time is of the essence, don't rush me, pal. I don't know. Okay, let me ask you this, too.
Yeah.
Would Zach Greinke have gotten 200 strikeouts in
I don't
the
think
time?
of him as a Brewer.
Who do you think of him as? A Royal?
Houston, the Royals.
Zach Greinke. I literally have nothing else.
Zach Greinke had 201 in
my God.
Jockey, was that it?
2011.
Skin of the
hint.
teeth.
Okay.
This last one you guys would never get.
No chance.
Yeah. This was the name I thought, there's a long shot.
No
Yeah,
chance.
I remember that one year.
No chance. 800-990-3776.
Thanks. Look at the confidence.
Like Moose Haas wasn't a long shot.
I'm going to look up Moose Haas just to see how many he had. If he got close.
Yeah, I would punt.
I can't think of anybody else who
Yeah.
pitched well enough.
There's a Welland or a Wheeland or something like that.
Chris Capuano.
There you go.
And it's incorrect.
I literally had no guesses. That's
Moose's most was 146.
How many did Capuano have? He wasn't really a strikeout guy.
The most for CC in his career was 176.
Close. That's not bad.
All right, let's go out to John in Milwaukee. John, you're on with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Can you complete our top 8 at 8 list?
Doug Davis.
Doug Davis struck
one shot, one kill?
208
Nice.
in 2005. So Doug Davis, the correct answer, getting you that prize pack courtesy of friends at Burn Pit Barbecue, available at Walmart and online at burnpitbbq.com. Step up your grill game with Burn Pit BBQ.
In conjunction with John from Milwaukee, I think that could make a case for the most impressive performance we've ever had.
7 out of 8.
Well, we rattled 7
Yeah.
out of 8, and then he, one shot, one
Yeah.
kill, first person out of the gate, answers it. You guys said it was a
Good
long
old double
shot.
D, yeah.
That might be the best performance we collectively have
Puts
had.
us right back on time,
And
too.
we're back on time. I mean, look, all things considered, Gabe, are you willing to give us the nod?
There was one a couple weeks ago you guys probably could have run.
But we didn't run.
Well, but you didn't because you wanted someone to win.
Oh, that's right. We punted.
Yeah, like you guys could have. So you maybe collectively as a group, if you add the fans in, but you two collectively, I can't remember what the list was specifically. You guys could have run it.
I think it was
and
receivers.
you decided,
It had
yeah,
something to do with receivers.
yeah,
or something
yeah, it
like
was
that.
because
Yeah.
you decided to.
Oh, yes.
You decided to let
Yeah.
it go.
Yeah, you're
Chewy
right.
wanted to give away some burn pit.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. So collectively, maybe, but I mean, this was
Good.
although I am impressed that you guys
That's a
got
good
7
list.
out of the 8. Although I knew I had the ace in the hole. Where you guys weren't going to run it with good old Double D on the list.
Dang it. Let me tell you guys about my friends over at 2 Day Painting. We had the exterior of our home painted last month. I got to tell you, it's like a whole different house. We had like a beige home. It was fine. It was just very unassuming, not at all impressive. So 2 Day Painting came out. Here's what we want. We want it to be elegant. We want it to be sophisticated, but we want it to be different. We want it to be very obvious that we had our house painted. They picked some colors for us. We selected the one that worked for us. And guess what, guys? We absolutely love it. It was a smooth, hassle-free experience from start to finish. Professional, high-quality workmanship, a strong attention to detail. Every project includes that free color consultation that I mentioned, and they are a top choice award winner 5 years in a row. Don't take my word for it if you don't want to. Go to Google, search 2 Day Painting, check out the reviews. They are fantastic pretty much across the board. Free estimates are available. You can get 15% off and free touch-ups for life. That's right. If you have some paint that starts to chip off, which I probably will eventually, they come out, they take care of it for you. What are you waiting for? Schedule a free estimate at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com and get started today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Dealing with some issues through the Hale interchange. This is all because of an ongoing crash, and crews are out there. 41-894 right at Beloit Road. The two left lanes are blocked because of this accident, so we are seeing some major slowdowns if you're trying to make your way through the Hale. Still seeing some backups 94 east and westbound through the work zone there right near the stadium interchange, and also some slowdowns 43 southbound as you approach Hampton. Those will ease up once you get past Locust. Air quality alert is in place until noon. It's going to be hazy and smoky. Still warm today, a high near 90. Could maybe see some showers and storms late. Some patchy smoke tonight, a low of 72. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Neil Doyle on 94.5 ESPN.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. And beer fans, we've got something to cheer about. Michelob Ultra is the official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. So whether you call it soccer or football, it's time to get your game plan ready as the world's largest soccer tournament returns to the USA. Stop by Discount Liquor to pick up a 12-pack of Michelob Ultra and score a free Michelob Ultra soccer koozie. At Discount Liquor, we stock over 15,000 varieties of beer, wine, spirits, THCA, and non-alcoholic beverages, all at the lowest prices in town. From craft brews to hard-to-find whiskeys, we've got a lineup for you. So don't get caught off sides with an empty fridge. Stop into Discount Liquor and stock up before kickoff. Visit us in Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma or in downtown Waukesha at Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Your garage can be more than just a place to park your car. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Whether it's your workshop, your project space, or where you store all the gear that comes with living an active Wisconsin lifestyle, Closets by Design can help make the most of it. Customary cabinetry, wall storage systems, and durable flooring solutions designed specifically for the way that you use the space. Right now, you can get 40% off, plus ask about special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets, lobbies become living stories, break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So you mentioned Super Bowls and parties and how they don't go hand in hand, which again is an absurd comment by you two, but it's just one of many on the show.
Dumber thing that Chewy has said this morning. Super Bowls and parties don't go hand in hand, or cheddar is not a top 10 cheese.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I want to introduce everybody out there to Jens Family Chiropractic. I was out there once again yesterday for my weekly appointment with Jens Family Chiropractic. I had never stepped foot in a chiropractic office until I started working with the team at Jens Family Chiropractic. Now, one of the things I do is soft wave tissue regeneration therapy. I use it for my lower back. Lower back starting to get a little tight in the morning. Took a while for it to loosen up, and this has really helped me. But maybe you've been dealing with shoulder pain, aching knees, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, maybe even plantar fasciitis. Probably tried stretching, icing, maybe even pain medication, but the pain keeps coming back. And that's where Jens Family Chiropractic and their soft wave tissue regeneration therapy come in. It's an advanced treatment that works with your body's natural healing process to help repair damaged tissue and reduce pain. Completely non-invasive. Many patients are looking for it because they want relief without surgery or long recovery. It's a part of my recovery plan with my lower back issues, and it doesn't take that long. You go in, lay down, the soft wave therapy, it takes 5-10 minutes. Part of the plan that I do. Find out if it can work out for you. Check out their website, jensfamilychiropractic.com. They've got new patient specials there as well, jensfamilychiropractic.com.
We've spent a lot of time over the last few weeks talking about how none of these players, particularly offensively, exist in a vacuum. What does that mean? Well, you can't be one of the best wide receivers in the league without a quarterback who can get you the ball consistently, right? You can't be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's true. How did he do it all those years? You can't be one of the best quarterbacks in the league unless you have a good contingent of pass catchers who can catch the ball, get yards after the catch, find the end zone, move the chains, et cetera, et cetera. So Pro Football Focus went through and did a data-driven look at NFL quarterback-receiver partnerships, right? And their thing is there's got to be, that kismet, copacetic relationship between these two sides. So what they went through and did is, and I know there's a lot of people out there who have not yet fully embraced EPA. Get on board with this, right? I'm not saying that EPA will determine who wins the Super Bowl, but it is a good measure of how efficient an offense can be, how efficient an offensive player can be, and in this case, how efficient a duo can be, quarterback and wide receiver, pass catcher. In this case, we'll talk about wide receivers first and then pass catchers in a second. They also did a thing called PPP, Positive Play Partnership, which tracks the percentage of targets on both which the quarterback and the receiver earned a positive grade on the same play, highlighting the duos that consistently execute together. Why in the world are we bringing this up? Because Jordan Love and Matthew Golden led all quarterback wide receiver duos in EPA per play in 2025. Gabe, how do you read that information? Acknowledging that it was a small sample size, we all wish that they would have worked Matthew Golden into the offense more consistently, more frequently earlier in the year.
Yeah, that's exactly how I read it. It's a small sample size stat. You're not going to find a lot of the high volume guys there because the more targets and the more opportunities you're getting, the less likely you are to continue to have big explosive plays. It's to me a stat that just kind of reads of, yeah, there's a lot of potential for Matthew Golden, and they're going to be forced to use him more this year with the way they've decided to configure this offense, which I think is a good thing. But I don't really expect Matthew Golden and Jordan Love to be on top of this list again. I think it was 41 targets that this accounted for last year. But you have a small sample size like that, you break a big play or two, and it can really skew the stat.
Well, for whatever it's worth, just to be clear, Chew, this is essentially like when these two connected, they were really good, right? Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford are also on the list. Alec Pierce and Daniel Jones are on the list. Again, I'm trying to give you some guys who were maybe more frequent targets for their respective offenses. And for perspective's sake, Christian Watson and Jordan Love are also on this list. They come in at 9th in EPA per play, essentially saying that when those two connected, they were also very good.
But Matthew Golden's small sample size is of his own doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
He didn't know the playbook. He didn't study the playbook, or he can't process yet because he hasn't been around long enough. So, I mean, we all talk, we thought, we hope, we this.
And he was starting to get those compliments from Jordan at the end of the year.
Chicago game
had the
was
big
really
game.
good.
Yeah, had the big game then. So it seems like the progression went slower than I was hoping.
Yeah.
More along the run. And Chewy was right. It was more along the lines that he was saying. But other than, what Chewy was saying and being right and all that last year, it seemed like the progression was in a good spot at the end of the season.
Yeah, and we would expect that to continue because they're going to need him. They're going to need
Absolutely.
him because, typically, you still, we were talking about Christian Watson a lot. You still have to give Christian Watson some special attention because he's got the ability to just run by you. So when that happens, and they know what coverages that will happen, and they could put themselves in formationally to do that, that means Golden, you're going to be one-on-one. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know where you're going. You got to know your conversions, and you got to run a good route. So we'll see how he progresses.
But that, also tells you,
it
tells you the potential that exists, does it not?
It does, but where I'm gun shy is the gush. Because I really can't trust what they report anymore. Sorry. Because you gushed all over the guy last year, and the guy, I'd like to just get eyeballs on him, and
I want to mentally prepare you now.
Is there going to be more?
I don't know about him specifically.
Yeah.
But dollars denoted, pal. There's going to be gush coming out of training camp.
There is.
You got to get ready for it. There's going to be gush coming. I know you're not going to want to fall for it. You're going to fall for it on someone, though.
I just need you to have a stiff upper lip.
Just
deal with it. Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
You're a little baby about this.
What, the gush?
Yes.
Because I thought Luke Musgrave was going to be the next Travis Kelce.
No one said that. They talked about us. See, here's what happens. There's actual people who do reports on it, and they say, hey, this guy's looked good. There's maybe a case here for him to be more useful. But then you get on your little computer there that you barely know how to use and can really only turn on and don't really go to many websites, and you see some headlines from some Joe Blow nobody that just writes nonsense, and then that's your narrative for the rest of their lives. So I need you to overcome that. I don't
think I can.
I ask you.
That's a hell of a psychological analysis over there, by the way, Joshy. If this radio thing doesn't work out for you, might you consider?
Well, he's the only one with a good angle to whatever Chewy's looking at on that laptop, so he's been able to see
it that I've been conditioned
to focus,
to look at things in the negative.
Yes,
it's just. I've done it for college. That's how you watch film. You don't watch the good stuff. You watch the bad stuff, and you filter out the good stuff because you're supposed to be good, and that should be normal.
I think that, though, when you look at this EPA per play and you see Matthew Golden atop the list with Jordan Love and you see Christian Watson on the list with Jordan Love, that does breed some optimism. Again, in simplest terms, it means when these two duos hooked up, good things happened, right? Like, that's the simplest way. They were efficient and they were successful. Would you be shocked, though, guys, to see that Christian Watson only had 12 more targets than Matthew Golden last year? According to this list,
that's crazy.
They have Christian Watson with 53 targets, Matthew Golden with 41. They've got them each with 31 receptions. Is that right, Gabe? Are these numbers correct?
So Watson had 11 more targets in 4 less games.
So maybe they gave him an additional target here. Pro Football Focus does gauge that, chart that themselves.
Malik played some of those games. So some of the targets that overall, that's what's going to skew that number because Malik played, and this is just a very specific Love and these guys statistic.
Okay, so I'm going to take this one step further before we wrap this up, guys, because those were not the only Packers players on these lists. Tucker Kraft was also on the tight ends list, right? So they aggregated all of the quarterback tight end connections and determined who was, again, the most efficient EPA per play. And Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft were number one on the list. They had the best EPA per play when they hooked up, when they connected in the league for every other tight end. They were so good, in fact. And again, small sample size because Tucker Kraft was hurt. We get it. We understand. But they were so good, guys, that they were fifth best all time. And that's not just tight ends. That's across the board.
Yeah.
So again, when you talk about like Jordan Love, how good he is relative to other quarterbacks in the league, and I know we always go back to EPA per play, he's incredibly efficient, meaning when he connects with his pass catchers, Gabe, good things happen.
My biggest takeaway, I think, from this week of shows that we've done, and we've spent a lot of time talking about these advanced analytics, the Packers just need to run more damn plays.
Very excellent. They're down near the bottom of the league when it comes to the number of offensive plays run.
They were second last year in third down conversion rate. All these numbers that you're rattling off here, Jen, I think are really useful, but then you take a look at the overall numbers, and they're middle of the pack.
That's what I was going to say.
You need to run more
All
plays.
These stats are great. They're wonderful. Number 1, number 3, number 5. Why does this translate to 9 wins?
Well, as we've said, instead of trying to condense games, try and play keep away, play conservative, teams who are more aggressive on offense, when they have the underlying numbers that we've been spending time talking about, should be going faster, and they should be trying to run as many plays. They should be trying to have as many possessions and fit as many plays as they can into that time. Instead of the running the clock down and calling a timeout, run a damn play.
So should we buy into these lists then, or these stats?
I think if we see a change in approach, you should buy into them. If it's the same thing, if we get through week 3 and we go, it feels a lot like last year, then they don't matter as much.
This is also why it feels like the Packers play a ton of tight games.
Yes.
It's almost by design.
Yes.
Because you can't lift and separate if you're running this few of plays.
Packers are always in the lowest in terms of offensive plays run. They're always in the lowest in times when it goes like per minute, like plays per minute. Like all those numbers, they're always towards the bottom.
Drives per game, plays per game.
And I've been begging them to do it more.
The first place I would go back in my old-timey days when we didn't have all these stats is your defense stinks. It's on the field too long. That's where I would go.
That's a factor.
That's a factor, and I don't know if they're scared of the defense, and that's part of the reason why they kind of turtle up and want to protect the defense a little bit more, but who cares? You got to let this offense loose. That's what you have to do. That's been my biggest takeaway through all these stats that we've been talking about this week. This is a really efficient team. How come it hasn't translated to more things? Higher offensive ranking, more wins. You gotta cut it loose.
Yeah, I think if you were to cut it into buckets, it's 50% your defense not getting off the damn field, which how many times can we talk about that happening? And then your offense not being ready to go and not using some of hey, we've got 3 plays here. Let's run them right in a row. We're just going to go.
Chewy, in 2025, the Packers were last in the league in drives per game, averaging 8.7 drives per game. Can you imagine playing in a game where you and your offensive teammates got 8/9 opportunities to score?
Splitting time with Keith.
The teams that go
Keith's
fast,
getting like 2 drives.
2 drives a quarter. They're averaging 2 offensive drives per quarter.
The teams that go fast get like 14.
Yeah.
Like it's like
All
way
right,
more.
Okay. That's a good stat. That's a good stat.
But I think that helps explain. It helps give you the entire picture that we're talking about.
Similarly, before we go, guys, when we talk about Jordan Love, and we just talked about how you're averaging 8.7 drives per game, when we talk about the perception of Jordan Love, there's not as much data for these guys to look at.
Yeah.
They don't have in their mind, oh, remember that time Jordan Love led them on this game-winning drive in this critical contest? They're remembering they were barely on the field.
Yeah. And
so
it
again,
does
it
feel
all
like
plays
that
a
at
role
times.
in the narrative. It all plays a role
Yeah.
in the perception of this offense and the offensive players.
All right. Good stuff. I learned a lot.
Are you going to retain it?
I already knew I couldn't use a computer. I didn't need that thrown in my face.
LowTUSA.com. That's the website you need to reach out to my friends at Mentality. LowTUSA.com. Their physicians have treated 25,000 plus men. They track total and free testosterone. And I think that's a big difference because a lot of doctors can overlook that free number. If you want to feel your best, feel like that guy that you used to be, because now you're a little more tired, takes you a little bit longer. Maybe you're not getting what you want out of your workouts. Could be because your testosterone is low, and that's where Mentality can help out. And what they've also learned after working with 25,000 plus men over the years, you can't rely on testosterone alone. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. So see if Mentality can help you the way that they've helped me for years to help feel like the guy that I used to be, even now I'm in my 40s now. Check it out, lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. Join ESPN Milwaukee and Yingling this Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's Blue Ribbon Bar and Grill in Blue Mound for the ultimate Yingling watch party. Fuel up before the game with the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team. Win awesome Yingling prizes and stick around as the first place crew battle Miami. Ice cold Yingling, great food, baseball, summer done right. Yingling, bringing friends together since 1829. Crack open a lager and raise a toast to American tradition. See you Saturday starting at 2 p.m. at J&B's in Blue Mound. DG Yingling in Sun Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hey, baseball fans, when the game's over, keep the fun of the season going at the award-winning Lake Lawn Resort on beautiful Delavan Lake. Trade the bleachers for the shoreline and the always-on-the-go schedule for total lakeside relaxation. Celebrate your own MVP moments with waterfront dining, golf, relaxing spa escapes, and family fun all season long. Just a short drive from Milwaukee, it's your home run getaway. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com and come find out for yourself why everything is better at the lake.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Hi, it's Jen Latta. If you've ever put off a painting project because it felt too overwhelming, I totally understand. That's why I was so impressed with 2-Day Painting. From the first consultation to the final walkthrough, their team made the entire process so easy. They recently painted the exterior of my home, and I couldn't be happier with the results. The quality of the work and attention to detail really stood out. Right now, ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Soccer tournament coming to a close. We now have the final. We know it's happening Sunday in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Spain and Argentina going head-to-head with the title on the line. That gets underway at 2 o'clock. This soccer update been brought to you by Discount Liquor.
We put it on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Infinity Exteriors poll today. Who do you think will the Packers... I just missed a word. Who do you think will be the Packers' leading pass catcher in 2026? 60-40. 60% of people saying Christian Watson, 40% of people saying Tucker Kraft. Either way, I think we are all in agreement that having both of them on the field, healthy, doing what they do in their specific skill sets is a very good thing for Matt LaFleur and company, but we want to see them push the ball downfield, right? We want to see them relying on these pass catchers a little bit more than we were relying on the run game last year in order for them to be that explosive offense, in order for them to be the team that is averaging, 10, 12, maybe 10. Let's go with 10. It's a small increase.
Look, but it can make a big difference.
Drives per game.
Yeah, that can make a big difference getting to 10 drives per game in terms of scoring, in terms of Jordan Love's numbers. When so many people just look at the raw numbers.
Crazy, though, because if you think about games last year, that's exactly how it felt. It'd be like, here's Jordan Love for a drive and a half.
But the first half, you'd be like, how is this? We've only been playing for an hour.
Here's
How are we at
second half
halftime?
of that drive? And then the other team would take the field and be like, okay, it's halftime.
Yeah.
You know, just not a lot of opportunities for them to make hay. We never got to squeeze ass.
There's always tomorrow.
Let's squeeze ass.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm excited. Now I'm coming in.
Because the squeeze ass.
Yeah. You should see my mind right now.
Hey, enjoy your Blammer Thursday.
Thank you.
Then Gabe and Chewy will be back with you tomorrow. We'll be in Tausch next.
Some good news.